All right.
And that
brought us to our main event, young Anthony.
Which was the heavy
APW Heavyweight Championship.
Yep, which was a heavy cruiserweight, the weight of the world, York, with his manager defending the title against Mr. Wrestling Mitchell Wright.
Now, another interesting match. I think you had on the night, Mick. What was it about Mr. Wrestling? You were saying that
he was known as the tradie before. He was a face.
Yeah, he was too.
Oh, was
yeah. But for me,
the tradie.
He looks like, for me, he looks like Buzz Sawyer.
Yes, that's what we were saying there.
So anyway, that guy looks like Buzz Sawyer, and he can wrestle too. Like he wasn't just a high flyer, or he actually had good solid wrestling. Like he's wrestling, and he was aggressive too. He was aggressive when he wrestled. A lot like Buzz Sawyer. Buzz Sawyer had really good fundamentals, but he'd throw those cross faces in that were just nasty, and those kicks and punches that were nasty, which was a real staple of Buzz Sawyer, and a guy that I watched heaps of video on Buzz Sawyer back in the day.
Of course,
I stole a lot from Buzz Sawyer too. So, and once again, another explosive fella. Yeah. And Buzz Sawyer was really explosive. So he reminded me a lot of Buzz Sawyer. The way
maybe he could refine his style, his gimmick a little bit around Buzz.
I said to him at the end of the night when I was talking to him,
you did.
You look like you look and work like Buzz Sawyer. Be looking at that. He
got some tape of Buzz Sawyer against Tommy Wildfire Rich.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the biggest feuds ever back in the day.
Yeah.
He'd go a long, long, long way if he looked at some of that tape and took on a bit of that Buzz Sawyer gimmick.
Buzz Sawyer 82, 83 WWE.
Yeah, big time. Yeah.
He was great. He was a machine back then. Buzz Sawyer in what was it, Georgia?
Yes.
An absolute weapon in Georgia. One of the top guys. So, even when he wrestled out at WCCW, he was a weapon. But at that point of his career, he was really on the drugs, the opiates, and he wasn't at nowhere near his best. But anything pre-say 83 was amazing. So he looked like a guy that was a real ass kicker, and he was apparently. It was a legit deal. He kicked your ass.
Oh yeah, apparently, yeah. He went up against, of course, York, who first time I'd seen him.
I hadn't seen him in that character. I'd seen him working with Adam Crow in a tag team, which I booked, and they were over. They were over. So,
okay.
Actually, no, I don't think that match ever happened. I lie. I think we got closed down. I think.
Yeah.
For the first.
Oh, was that the
COVID.
one?
Yeah, the first COVID show. I think that closed us down. I think the comeback show straight out of lockdown. I think that never happened.
That's right. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
But I'd wrestled York a little bit at George's, and he can work. He's a good worker. He knows how to work
big
the
guy,
crowd.
like tall.
Big fella. He's got a unique look about him.
He's got the nice.
We did mention, all three of us mentioned about the amount of swearing, though. I think
don't like it.
I'd cut back on the F-bombs, especially with the kids in the audience.
Yeah,
that's just me. But it was a main event match. It was a great match. It was a good match. I enjoyed it. It rounded the night out really, really nicely. And there was only upside for those two guys.
Yes. Yep, agree. Good match, solid match. Good workers, worthy of a main event of the show.
Yep.
The only thing I would say, and I'll put my fans hat on here,
yep.
I actually thought the first half of the show was better than the second half of the show.
I think so. I think the main event...
more into the first half than I did the second half.
Yeah, I think the main event sort of saved the second half.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girls' match and the tables match, a little bit.
The girls' match was a little slow, and the tables match was a little unorganised.
Yes.
It was all over the joint.
It was a bit unorganised. Whoever booked it or the two boys working it out, I think a little bit more time needed to go into that match.
I'm not sure about Sampson, because I don't really know the guy, Jordan Sampson, and I don't really know him. But that style of match really doesn't suit, for me, Adam Miller. Aidan Miller could have been in any one of those matches and been the absolute gun out of all of that. Aidan can work. He can really work. For me, he's probably the best. I will say young talent because it's not right because he's been around a couple of years now. But the most recent guys to come out of Georgia's, he'd be the best guy I've seen. Come out of Georgia's in recent times. He is really, really, really good, and he's a second generation guy. So, yeah, Sniper was his dad. So
I don't remember him. I should probably. But...
he's in the Hall of Fame in that too.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I've done most of the Hall of Fame. I've probably done it, but I don't remember a Sniper.
I think he's the one before I was in. The year before I was in.
Because I've hosted probably 9 out of the 10 of them or whatever, but
maybe not. Maybe the one before that, because the one before me, they really wanted me to be in, and I said no, and not because of anyone that I was getting inducted with, but the one before was at that old school night in Glen Roy.
I did that. I don't remember Sniper.
It was the one. I think it was the one before that. You'd have to. Yeah, so I think it was the one before that, but he's second gen, so he understands the business and he listened to George, and he's just a fantastic heel.
Yeah, good.
If you could put him in with any face in this locker room at this point, and have an amazing match with anyone, like him versus Crash, him versus anyone at a standardized Paradox. Him versus John Stop Action. You can put him in with any of these guys, and for me, he's better than JXT. He's better than Navarra. He's better than those. He's actually better worker. He's a better worker. That's my opinion. But Aidan Miller, for me, until he decided he didn't want to continue on and he stopped, I thought he was finished. But he's a better worker than most of the guys that are supposedly to be the best workers around. And I'll stand by that statement without a doubt. They've got a really with Aidan there. They've got a really good worker. They can work a great angle with anyone. Him and Zane Zodiac. He could tag him up with Chris Law, and it'd be an amazing tag team. You could tag him up with Adam Crow, be a great tag team. You could get him to work with guys like Cutthroat, Hector Jones as a heel in a tag team. They'll learn a heap of Aidan. Aidan's worth his weight in gold. So to a promotion like that. So, and I really enjoyed seeing him.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed seeing him back on the cards. I really did.
So all in all, a very good show.
Yeah. Like I said, any criticism that's been given tonight is really minor. It's not, for me, I'll go back and pay again and buy another ticket.
Which we will. We'll go to the 30th anniversary show.
So anyone out there that listens to this, please go out and check APW out. Anthony, what's their address, mate, out there? I know I drove there, but don't ask me to remember.
St. Lawrence Drive in Seaford, number 14, I think it was.
Number 14. Go check it out. Go check out their website.
Check out the website. That's the best thing. Adrenaline Pro Wrestling.
Or Facebook page.
Yeah, Facebook.
And I think they're probably on the Twitter, I'd say, and whatever else that's out there. Electronic, I've got no idea. But check them out because they're worth it. If you're in the local area, check it out. You're not going to be disappointed. You won't be. You'll enjoy the show completely.
The only thing I don't like at some of the local shows, and I know they were doing commentary for YouTube and that, probably I have a vested interest in saying it, I like live commentary on the night.
Yeah, look,
and I think we did it for years and years and years and years. You can build the storylines, you can define the faces and the heels for the fans.
Well, I think that one
put people over. You can build a lot of stuff, and I think it adds to the excitement if it's done properly.
Yeah.
Gene and I did it together for 20-something years. I did it on my own, as well for probably 10 years. So, I just think it adds so much to the atmosphere, and it puts people over. It builds the matches. I like to see it, and it's a shame that I don't know, very few do it.
Oh, we're going to do it in NAW.
Yeah, we're going to do it.
We're going to do it at NAW, and like I said, I think it depends on the promoter and what they feel that they want from the show. But I think it's always handy to have the over-air commentary because, like things like with, well, let's say the Tali and Natasha Valentine that come out very similar looks. You know, unless you were a regular there, you didn't really know who was facing who was here, right? Because there was no great contrast between the two. And
if people are saying that they want to, they can't do live because they need to do it for YouTube or this or that, I can tell you for a fact because I did it. I must have done about 25 shows for SBS TV, and you got the two mics. You got the live one going to the crowd and the one going to the film.
Yeah.
So you can do it. You can actually kill two birds with one stone.
Well, it'd be worth looking into.
Well, I did it. I mean, I did all the shows from the Prince of Wales for SBS TV. I must have done 30.
Okay. Well, we'll look into that because I think sometimes, I don't know, sometimes the commentary on a tape when it's over the air, it doesn't sound crisp.
No, but that's why you got the comment. You got the
if you back it up on another one, and then you can just cut out the commentary. Over the crowd and put the other
two microphones taped together. One's going directly into the tape feed and to the recording, and one's going to the crowd.
Oh, okay.
That's what we did.
Okay, well, that's something we need to look into because that's the only negative thing about doing it.
Regardless, I'd love to see live commentary again.
Yeah, that's the only thing about live commentary is when you put it on YouTube or anything like that, the commentary doesn't come out that well. It gets stifled by the audience because it's using the camera mics to pick it up.
Yeah.
So you need to have another mic that's just picking up the audio, and then if you can cut the announcer's feed out of the mics in the cameras, and then just plump the straight commentary straight into a fresh set of commentary. You know what I'm saying? They clean it up because that's what the problem is. It just doesn't come out. It's great on the night, but doesn't come out well on the tape. No. But there's probably a way of making it happen. There'd be some way of making it happen.
Regardless, I would like to see it.
No, that's right. I think it's good. It adds to the show.
Anyway, all righty.